What's up, guys? Average Kiwi Guy here. How y'all doing? So I've been looking for a new TV set, shows to do the sort of reactional recap review sort of thing that I've been doing with Arrow, Star Wars Rebels, and The Flash. I've been looking for some newer stuff to do. And I know Gotham isn't new and it's halfway through a season, but I mean, guys, I started all my other ones halfway through the season, so I might as well kick it off again with Gotham halfway through the season. Because, I mean, Gotham went on a big break. It went on a big break. And, it's getting pretty good. It is getting pretty good. And I've always quite liked Gotham. I liked it because, I love Batman. I love Batman. And to see how they bring in, like, the villains and how they're treating, like, the characters and stuff. And yes, they're definitely playing around with their origin stories, and they're not what you would think they are. Like, Ivy's very different. You got a lot of characters that aren't quite where they are. Like, Barbara Gordon is a big one of that. Still don't know what they're doing with her. But Gotham has always kind of interested me. And it's not the same as what Arrow and Flash and all that is. It's just something a bit different. So I figured Gotham was a good one to sort of get on, to start up another series, to, start reacting to a few different things. So I thought it was a good thing. So, just so you guys know the drill with this stuff, it is going to be spoiler central. I am going to spoil the episode. So if you have not seen it, please go and watch it. I don't want to ruin it for anyone. So please go watch it, and then come on back. You guys will know what we're talking about, and we'll go from there, okay? Alright. So, how the Riddler got his name. Pretty damn good episode, I think, to start this off with. I think, they're definitely going at a very big villain of Batman. He's a big player. Probably not as big as, like, the Joker and things like that, but the Riddler is a well-known Batman villain, and it was pretty cool to sort of see what they're going to start doing with him, because Ed's been building. He's been building through pretty much the entire, seasons of this show. They've been bringing him up to the point where he could probably become the Riddler, and they're finally taking that step in this one. And basically this episode takes directly off of the previous one, before the big break. Which I really liked, by the way. I liked the last episode because I felt like it was Bruce learning the rules of being Batman. You know what I mean? You don't kill. You keep your head. He's using trickery, things like that. It was, sort of him learning, like, the testaments of being Batman. And it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. And anything with Jerome, like, Jerome I felt is pretty cool. I don't know if he's going to be the Joker. I don't know. I mean, he's a pretty damn good, like, Joker at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see if they use him to, like, inspire the Joker, or if he will be the Joker. But either way, I'm happy with his character. But it also comes off of Ed basically, tricking Penguin into, like, in this little plot that he had with Barbara and all that, to, sort of trick him into losing everything. And Ed shot him and, pushed him in the river. By the way, I never thought Penguin was dead. I never thought it. It's like, come on. How many people have been shot and fallen in that river and gotten back out? It's a thing that they constantly repeat, and they might have to stop doing that so much, because so many people have come out of that river still alive. Just saying. But yeah, that episode was really good, and it led into this one quite well, because immediately you see Ed is struggling with the fact that he's lost his best friend. He's lost Penguin. And I mean, I've always been a little confused with that sort of partnership that they did, but I quite like it, because you've got Ed, who's very logical and all the rest of it, and then you got, Penguin, who's very, kind of emotional, very, like, fidgety. Like, yeah, he's not the two opposites, and they work well together. So I don't mind those two having that sort of partnership, but obviously now they're at odds with each other because Ed shot him and almost killed him, and Ed struggling with that loss. He's like, he doesn't quite know what to do. He doesn't know how to be the person that he wants to be. He doesn't know how to be the person inside of him that's always tried to fight to get out of him. And this whole episode is just him trying to figure out what he's going to do. He has no idea what he's going to do. He doesn't know how to deal with it anymore because he doesn't have a teacher like Oswald to help him. So, I mean, I quite like that. I like that sort of confrontation going on inside of him. And he's taking drugs to see like Penguin as a hallucination to try and help him deal with this stuff. Try and, figure out what he needs to do. And he sort of goes, he's started killing off I think it's like high-ranking professors and like basically the smartest people in Gotham. And he's like telling them riddles and they're not getting it. And he's getting frustrated, and he's killed like 6 people to 6 of these scientists to trying to find, I guess, a teacher or someone who's the same as him, maybe a rival or something. And that was what he was trying to do. And then he's like, right, I'm looking at this he needs to find an enemy. Like every villain has a rival, a hero to go up against him. So of course they go for Jim Gordon. But Jim's not there. In comes Lucius Fox to be that, because Lucius is smart enough to figure out his riddles. And basically all of this leads to him finding kind of a rival in Lucius. And really, like, Lucius is the only one smart enough at the moment, like, in that police unit, because Bullock's not going to solve these problems, and not many of them could do it. But Lucius is the only one who can figure it out. And Ed's like, boom, he's the guy, Foxy is the guy that I want to, sort of tangle with and stuff. And I quite like that little battle between those two, because Lucius is very much the brains behind, Batman a lot of the time. Like, he develops a lot of his things. Bruce goes to him a lot for that sort of help when he needs it. He's always that guy that, Bruce could always go to. So Lucius makes sense in that sense. I quite like it. And I would like to see Lucius, maybe coming forward a little bit more. Not just being some guy at the police station. Like, I'd like to see him become a little more important. But we'll see how they develop him. But yeah, and that basically, excites Ed, because he's like, finally someone to go up against, and sets a trap at the police station. And that whole police thing, like, I liked how, he's basically, gets up in front of the recruits, and the recruits do nothing. They're like, they must know he's a bad guy, or I don't know, they all just sit there, and he just, basically tells riddles, throws canisters, and incapacitates them. And then sits up Harvey on a chair above the stairwell, and yeah, a very Riddler Trap. And I like that. That was textbook kind of Riddler, like, solve my riddles and you win. You don't, though, they die. And he's very proud of that. He's very much like, no, these are the rules. This is how it works. I give you a chance because I want to see if you can. And when you fail, that proves that I'm smarter than you. And that's all the Riddler is he wants to prove how smart he is compared to everyone else. Everyone else is an imbecile. I want to prove how smart I am and outsmart everyone. That's Riddler. That's him. And you can see as Lucius is answering his questions, and it's not going the way he is. He's still unhinged a little bit. He hasn't fully gone into that whole Riddler mindset. And you could see him start to like, no. Like he's about to like, like you failed, you're done. But he knows that the game is still playing. You still have to, he still had one more choice. You still have to let the game play out because this is the rules. And that's what Riddler is pretty much about. And, it's frustrating for him because, yes, he's answering the questions right, but it's not what he wants. So now it's like, no, you're not, I want you to answer give my answer. So I think he's trying to find that equal, that, that someone that will challenge him. So that was pretty cool. Obviously Lucius does win, but Ed bugs out, gets away. Harvey almost falls down the stairwell, but Lucius saves him. So that was pretty good. And yeah, basically, all wraps up pretty much as him basically taking on the mantle as the Riddler. He's like, all the cops are after him. He's become the villain in Gotham, not some gangster, not something. He's starting to take on that Batman villain type thing where, wearing the green suit, wearing the hat. I would like to see him with a cane. I would like to see the cane thing. I don't know why. Just that's my Riddler from my childhood, I guess. Has the cane, but yeah, he suits the look. He does suit the look. I might have wanted a green hat. The black hat, I don't know, but he hasn't fully gone with all the question marks on his suit yet. But I think they'll probably keep him toned down for now, because I mean, like, it's not in the the Batman era yet. So Batman kind of sets the trend when it comes to wearing crazy outfits. So they do have to tone him back a bit, but I liked it. I did like it. So the other big storyline out of this episode was Gordon. Gordon going off to see his uncle, and basically finding out, hey, our family, me and your father were a part of the Court of Owls, and we want you to join. And this has sort of been dictated by Catherine, who's the leader of the Court of Owls, and I really like the Court of Owls. I like this sort of thing they've brought into it, because it is a kind of like intertwined with the city of Gotham, the Court of Owls. They ran it. They're one of these ancient conspiracy sort of like groups that ran Gotham, and they were like built up by the early like big families of Gotham. So I really like that. I like that a lot. And so to have Gordon become a part of it, I think would be cool, because we'll start to see the inner workings of the court. I kind of want to see like how the court kind of works, and not just what we've been seeing. Like, we have seen a Talon, we have seen a couple of the a leader, but I like to see a little more. Especially, Gordon sort of making his way into it. And basically, by the looks of it, they're trying to bring Gordon in to control him. I think they want to put him under their control, so whatever they're going to do, he doesn't interfere with. Because Gordon's the thing that the one person in Gotham right now that interferes with everything. He's the Batman before Batman. So if they can control him, then they got a good shot. And they're using his uncle, basically saying like, hey, come in and, help me take down the court and all the rest of it. I want to avenge my brother. They killed, your father. Let's get them. Let's go get them. And I don't know if I don't know which way the uncle's going to go. I don't know if he's playing both, or he is on Jimbo's side, or it's definitely going to be interesting on which side he does end up on. I'm interested in that. But also their plot to essentially take over Bruce Wayne's life. The clone that they developed, because remember, they ran Indian Hill, and that's where he came from. They developed the clone of Bruce Wayne, and basically putting him, basically take Bruce out and put him in. And they do that by putting a letter in his mailbox from Selina, and he goes to see Selina, and Bruce, she basically waves him off, like, no, I don't want to see you, like, go away, you don't belong here, that sort of thing. And she's doing some deals with Sonny, and she goes away, and Sonny tries to take on Bruce, and Bruce takes him down, takes the group down. I like that. I like that start of, like, he's starting to learn the skills. He's starting to learn the skills, like the knife throwing scene. Like, that's the beginning of him learning to use the batarang. That stuff is what's gonna, these are the groundworks for Batman. So that's very cool. I like that. And yeah, to see him beating up the group was cool. And yeah, being taken by clone, bizarre Bruce, I guess you could say. And yeah, basically him assimilating himself into his life. And the scene that the clone Bruce has with Alfred, when he says, like, oh, like, you want some shepherd's pie, Master Wayne? And he's like, yes, that sounds lovely. And there's a moment where Alfred sort of goes, oh, okay. Certainly, sir. I think Alfred knows. I think Alfred automatically knows. He might give it some time, but I definitely think Alfred knows that he's not the real Bruce. So it's gonna be interesting to see how long he lets it go before they do something. And obviously where Bruce ended up looked like, up in the Himalayas or something. Maybe this is the beginning of where, like, they might stop. I know that Gotham has they've brought on a Ra's al Ghul, so I'm thinking we're gonna get the League of Shadows or the League of Assassins. I don't know what people differ on which ones they want to use, but I would say we're gonna get the League of Shadows, and that's very cool because I know an actor from Game of Thrones has been casted as Ra's al Ghul, so that's gonna be awesome. I'm very, very keen to see what they do with that. Like, are they gonna train Bruce? Are they gonna, this is where he's gonna get some of his training? I want to see. I want to see so bad. I want to see, because are we gonna get a young Talia? That's, and start that relationship. That's where Talia might start to, see Bruce and see, that relationship start up, because they've already done that with Silver. They already did that with Silver. They tried the relationship thing with her, and we got Selina and we got thing. That would be the trifecta of, sort of the main Batman love interests is Silver, Selina, and then Talia. That's an interesting part to me. That is an interesting part. So hopefully, because I know we're gonna get the League of Shadows or League of Assassins, whatever they're gonna call it. I want to see their interpretation. I want to see it. I think it's gonna be very, very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, I think that was about it. We got the Riddler. We got we got a little more Lucius. We got a little more of, Gordon stepping into the Court of Owls. We got Clone Bruce. And now we got Bruce potentially in the hands of the League of Shadows. I'm very, very excited to see where this goes. And I'm glad Gotham's back. Because, it's something a little bit different to, Supergirl and Flash and all the rest of it. It's, it's a bit more grittier. It's a bit more, darker. I like it. I think it's going to be very, very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah. All right, guys. That's going to be it for us. Thank you very much for watching. This is going to be a regular thing. Pretty much every, on this day, will be, on, I guess you guys will get it on the Wednesday, it's probably the Tuesday. This is my sort of Tuesday, Wednesday. This will come out, so this is where it will be. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed, viewed, liked, comment, dislike, all of this stuff. Thank you very much, guys. We're almost at 100. We're almost at 100. Would be nice to hit it, but completely up to you. Also, check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheAverageKiwiGuy. Hit that follow button, then you'll know when we'll go live. And you also, could you please follow us up on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. Okay? All right, guys. I'll catch us later. Peace.